The dreaded overhang fault. Number 1. People think that by slipping line into your false casts and making 4, 5, 6 false casts means that you're going to get more distance. So they're taking 4, 5 false casts and slipping 5 foot each time. They've got 20 foot of overhang, and it becomes unmanageable because the overhang, the thin running line, especially on a wake forward line, cannot control the heavy head, which is getting further and further and further away from the rod tip. And the further it gets away from the rod tip, the less manageable it is. They're slipping line into the false casts that they don't need to make, and it all becomes unmanageable. And what happens is it all creates a big mess in the air. They try and put a big hole in the end, and all they're going to do, as Lefty Cray says, double haul their casting mistakes further. Don't have too much of the head out. This fly line is 2 colour. You see that orange bit? There's the orange bit, yeah? We're going to keep pulling until we get to the thin bit, and that's grey. And there's a reason it's 2 colour. The maximum amount of orange bit we can have out of the rod tip on this particular line would be anything from 1 foot to 2 foot. Now the amount of grey line out of the rod tip is called overhang, and you can have more than 12 inches of overhang, but you've got to then increase your stroke length. And what I mean by that is do this, it's got to be wider. You can't just go pick up and put down, you have to reach back and further, because you have to take up the amount of overhang with stroke length. Okay, you have to move that distance further in order to control the orange head, and I'll show you what I mean. So now I've got about 6 foot of overhang, but my stroke length, you can see my body is moving and my arms are moving much further. Now I'm going to haul and make the final cast. You don't have to have all those false casts. It can go out nice and straight with 2 or 3. And I only made 2 or 3 then to extend the head out of the rod rings because it was in the rod rings. The dreaded overhang. Don't do it.